In this demo, I will show you how to complete digital post-production part 1. So just so we are starting from the beginning, make sure that you have clicked on Digital Photo 1. And if you see the home page like this, please go to Curriculum, which can be found on a tab just next to Home. All right, now that I'm in the Home tab, I'm going to go here to where it says Digital Basics. I'll click this here so I can see the rest of the assignments that are under here. And then I'm going to go down to Digital Post-Production Part 1. Here, you will find all the instructions that you need to complete this assignment. However, a lot of people have asked about how to do this in Photoshop, so I will show you how to do this with Photoshop. If you click on this assignment here, it will show you every single step. I will close this one so that it's not too many things open here. Okay, so it's going to show me each of the steps. This one will talk about Pixlr and what that is. That is a free online program for you to use. It's very much like Photoshop, but has some limitations. In this demo, I will be using Photoshop instead. We will still make an image something like this, where we're going to be practicing using different filters to edit one picture 12 times. Okay. So first we're going to have to take a picture. Now I have some pictures saved on my Google Drive. If you have one also, please use one from your Google Drive. I have found this picture here, and to download this picture I'm going to go up here to where there's a little down arrow here, and I'm going to click on the down arrow, and this will allow me to download my file. Okay, so I've done that already here. Let me go back to my steps. Let's scroll down. Okay, so I'm going to open an image. In this demo, I will open an image in Photoshop. To open Photoshop, you're going to have to go up here to this little icon here that looks like a magnifying glass. You type in Photoshop and you click on Adobe Photoshop CC 2014. Okay, I'm going to click on that one. Okay, I have an image from before. Let me start over here on this one. Okay, so I'm going to go to open, and then I will use this image here that I've opened already. Okay, so here is my image. So I'm going to need to crop my image first. If you look here, after you download your picture, you're going to open your image. Okay, so we're going to go to open. So that is under File, Open. All right, and then I've opened it here. Okay, so you saw me do that already. And then the next step is going to be for me to resize my image. So first I need to crop my image using the crop tool. If you're not sure about which tool is which, if you hover over it, it will tell you what tool it is. So I'm going to use a crop tool. Okay, so I'm using the crop tool here, and I clicked once just now. I'm going to reposition. Let's move it up to about here. That looks good. And now I'm going to press Enter so that it will accept the command, and now I have a square. So let's check the image size really quick, because I'm going to want to make sure that my resolution is 300. Okay, and then my pixels, if you don't see pixels here, sometimes it's inches, for example, you will want to make sure that it's pixels. And then you type in 256, that will be the right size. Okay, you can see 256 by 256, just like what it says in the directions right here. So 256 by 256. Okay, so now I have a square and it's the right dimension. Let's take a look at the next thing here. It's asking you to select the entire area with the marquee tool, and that is, you can see there's some dotted lines here. Let's see what that looks like. Here, I'm going to use my marquee tool here, and I'm going to click, I'm going to drag, and I'm going to select the whole area like this. Okay. Next, the directions do say to you to go to Menu, Edit, and Copy. So up here, this is the menu up here, Edit, and Copy is right here. So I have copied my image. Okay, now I am going to look at my next step. I'm going to save it. This is a good chance for us to make sure that we don't have to do work again. So I'm going to save it once here, Save As a JPEG is good. And it has, I'll just go like this, I'll just say edited, cropped. Okay, so I'll go like that and save my image under downloads right here. I like to save everything in the same folder so that way I don't have to look all over the computer for it. Okay, If for some reason you see your file is saving it at 10% or less, try to make sure that you increase this all the way to the right side so you're saving at the maximum quality every single time. And go ahead and click OK there. Okay, so now it's saved it. Let's look at our directions again just to see what we're going to be doing next. Okay, so I've saved it. Now I'm going to open a new document. So let's look at Photoshop and see how we do that in Photoshop. You go to File, you go to New. So it's not called New Document, it's just called New. When you title your document, it should be titled as a period first. For this demo, I will call this period 1, so period 1. And then we will put in DP1. That's for Digital Post-Production Part 1, so you know to spell out the whole thing. And then you're going to put in your last name, and then you're going to put in your first name. Okay, where it says pixels, make sure it is pixels here. You want to make this 1024 by 768. Okay, so that way you can make sure your picture will be big enough for this demo. And then you click OK right here. All right, so your picture that you had cropped, in my case, the picture of the seals, is now gone. It has been replaced by this white blank page here, which is exactly 10,024 pixels wide and 768 tall. So that way it will fit in there. You'll see as I paste it in. Okay, so I've already copied my image. Remember, we went here to edit and then went to copy. Okay, here I'm going to go up to edit again and go to paste. Okay, so for those of you who didn't see how I changed windows, so notice there are two windows here. Okay, as I click on them, each one will appear, and only the one that is showing will be active. So I'm going to go ahead and paste again here my one picture, and then I'm going up here to this little move tool here, and then I'm going to move my picture up into the corner up here. Notice that over here there are some different layers. I'm on layer 1 right now, and each time I go and I paste the same picture again, notice that now there's a layer 2, and then I can move that into position. The shortcut command is Command V for paste. So using my Command V, I'm going to paste a third one in here, and notice there's a third layer here. I'm going to keep doing that so that I have all of the area filled, and in the end I will have a total of 12 little pictures, little copies of my sea lions. Okay, a couple more. All right, notice each time I did that, it did make a new layer over here, and this allows me to control them separately. Notice what happens when I click on the eye icon here. It can disappear and come back. Okay, let's check our directions to make sure that we have followed all the steps. Okay, so I'm going to check now to make sure that I've finished all the steps. I've moved all my pictures into the right place. I've pasted them so that now there are 12 pictures. And my picture looks something like this. Instead of the girl's face, I have pictures of seals. But I should have 12 layers. Okay. Now, this is just a helpful tip. If you want to turn your layers on and off, in Pixlr there's a check mark here. In Photoshop there's a little eye over here. So it turns it on and turns it off. Okay, under the history, let's say you made a mistake and you want to go back more than one step, then you will want to look at the history palette or window that is right here, so history, and it will show you all of the actions that you've taken. Also, if you click on this thing, it will minimize it, but now that you know what it looks like right here, you can click on this anytime and you can go back in your steps, multiple steps, all the way back to the beginning where we started. I'm going to keep it here because I want to these steps. All right, I'm going to use this as the first part of the recording, and there will be a part 2.